few weeks ago when I found out that The Sims 4 was going to be doing like the eco lifestyle expansion, it made me really start thinking about sustainability and zero waste stuff in my own life. And it really set me on this like low waste journey. And I'm really thankful for The Sims for that. I know that there's some mixed feelings that a lot of Sims people have, or like people who play The Sims have, about the expansion pack. I personally haven't played it yet. I'm probably not going to buy it for a bit because, like, one, my laptop's currently dying, and so it's probably not the best idea to get a new expansion when I'm not going to be able to play it. And two, I don't really have the money for it right now because of the whole coronavirus situation. I've been kind of in and out of work, and so like I'm just kind of getting back up on my feet now. But anyways, with some of my zero waste stuff, especially being like as broke as I am, I thought that it might be good to kind of, one, record my like zero waste journey from the beginning, kind of where I am now, which I started researching a little over like a week and a half ago. So I'm very brand new to this, but I'm trying to make differences and all of that. Anyways, I figured, since I live in a town where we don't really have bulk stores or anything like that, the closest thing we have is natural grocers. I might as well try to see what I can do that's as low waste as possible while living in a place like this. So the first thing that I did is I went and I got a reusable shopping tote. I was that one person who actually didn't happen to have one in their house. I think we had some a few years ago, but like we ended up using it for other things. Like I think for a little while, we had one that was like a sock bag. We had one that was like just a bag that we took to school. Like we used it for other things, and so now I couldn't really find one that I could bring to the store with me, so I had to go and get one. So I went shopping today. Today was like my first official like low waste shopping trip, if you will, like for actual groceries. That's more than just like, I don't know, I bought asparagus like a few days ago, and I just went into the Walmart. I got the asparagus itself, made sure I didn't put in any plastic bags or anything, bought it, left, whatever. So anyways, today I went to natural grocers, and I don't have any reusable like produce bags yet, but thankfully my local natural grocers does offer compostable produce bags. So I just used some of their compostable produce bags, which we got here. So today I got some kale. It's about a bunch of it. Then I got some bars of soap because I'm trying to reduce like plastic use and all that, and I did know I was going to need some soap soon. This one's lavender. I think I've got rose, and then I also got one that's just like shea. Let me set that aside. Then I got some seasonings when I was at Walmart. So I shopped at Walmart first, then went to natural grocers. So when I was at Walmart, because I didn't have the reusable bags yet, I basically just put everything back into my cart after I scanned it and then brought it back out outside. And then when it was like, once I did get the reusable shopping bag, I put all of it into that. So I kind of like bagged it in my car, if that makes any sense. So another thing I got when I was at Walmart is I got some coconut. I know this isn't the most sustainable brand or like the most sustainable thing, but I did figure I do need some, coconut oil. And this was about as good as I could do at my local Walmart, at least that I found. So we got some, coconut oil here. I'm gonna go ahead and set that down. The only thing is there is a plastic ring around it, but it's not bad. Like, it's not like it's entirely made out of plastic. It is recyclable, although I do plan to reuse these jars. Then I got a bottle of olive oil. I tried to make sure that it was from the US so I could be as like local as possible. And this one is so that's the brand. It's also non-GMO. I don't know how I feel about that. I've tried looking into like whether or not organic is really more sustainable, and like the consensus on it looks to be mixed, so I don't really know how I feel. So I've been just kind of getting a mix of organic and non-organic. Here's some more spices. I also got some garlic powder. I know I have onion powder in here somewhere. I've got some sage. I've got Italian seasoning. Got some ground cumin. Oh, here's the onion powder. I also got a jar of tahini when I was at Natural Grocers. This is the closest I could find to a sustainable brand. And it was in the jar. It's got the little like metal lid. Yeah. I'll go ahead and set that aside. Oh, here's the asparagus I got from Walmart. I got some more today, so that's why it's here. I took the label off of this already, but essentially this was just a black tea in a glass bottle. I plan to use this as a drinking bottle, and so I'm going to keep the little metal lid that comes with it too. I got some chocolate. It's for my sister, but it's like wrapped in paper. It is vegan chocolate. It's like made in Seattle. I'm in Colorado, so it's a little bit different here. But this was, I figured, one of the better options I had to make sure that she got something for her that was, you know, good. It's vegan chocolate, by the way. Oh yeah, down here I got, so this brand says that they are sustainable, so it says only sustainable ingredients are used. Save this recyclable airtight container to store refills. And so basically this is Earl Grey, or Earl Greyer, I guess. And it says it steeps about 50 cups of it. So that's going to be exciting. Then here's some more produce I got. So they had some bulk mushrooms, which I was really excited to find because a lot of places the mushrooms are like just in plastic. So yeah, again, it's in a compostable produce bag, and I got some, you know, bulk mushrooms. I've got some carrots that were like loose carrots. I got a few of the uglier looking ones to make sure, you know, it wasn't going to be diverted to the landfill. I got cabbage over here. I don't think cabbage is necessarily in season right now, but I wanted it anyways because I've been kind of craving having like some sort of like cabbage soup or something. I do know the rest of this should be in season. Actually, I don't know about carrots, but I do know that asparagus, kale, and mushrooms are in season, and I made sure all of them were as locally sourced as possible. And then on top of that, I think this is my last item too, I got some apples. I got about 10 of them. I figured I can eat them at work. So honestly, the most waste that I think is going to be coming from this is going to be the little stickers on here, the plastic ring around the coconut oil, and I think that's about it for this. And maybe there's something else for the chocolate bar. I don't know. I haven't opened it. Again, it's not for me. It's for my sister. But we'll have to see. I am really excited though to see how this goes. I also have a little compost thing going. It's actually on the side of my porch over here on the side. So, you know, we'll see how that goes too. I'm trying to keep it like a 50-50 mix of like carbon and nitrogen and all of that, but it's a little bit difficult, I guess, is what I'm finding. The nice thing has been that like the parchment paper I had before that I'm just trying to use up before I get one of those like reusable like baking sheet things, you know, like the things that go on the actual baking sheets that are like non-stick. Before I get one of those, I figured I'm going to use up the rest of my paper, but it was like it said that it was like compostable, like at home compostable. So after I've used it, I've just been throwing it in my little compost bin that I have out here. I'll go ahead and put these back in here so I can put them in my fridge when we get back inside the house. But yeah, so like whenever I do food scraps in there, I also make sure that I get some sort of paper, and it's been helping that I tend to bake things a lot because then you've got the layer of, you know, your compostable paper, like parchment paper, and then, you know, you also got whatever's food scraps, whether it's like the tail end of like some asparagus that I didn't feel like 100% comfortable eating, or like I also have like the like stems and all of that from some other like veggies and all of that I wasn't comfortable eating in there. There was a bell pepper that had gone bad that was in my fridge that I threw in there, but I've been like making sure I take the stickers off. If it's any sort of like peel, like whether it's like a lemon or orange or banana peel, I make sure that I like wash it to try to make sure there's nothing like bad on it, especially because I was mostly buying like, I guess, GMO stuff before, and I don't know exactly what's on the outside of it, you know, and I want to make sure that like my compost is thriving so that my vegetables can thrive. Out here I also do have might show you guys at a different time, but I do have some sage that I have growing, and I've got some German thyme, and they're over in the little bin. I tried to grow rosemary too, but it ended up dying pretty quickly. And I think it had some sort of issue with the roots, because honestly the roots were fuzzy, but I had Googled it and it said that it was just air roots and that it was fine and just go ahead and just plant it, but then it died immediately. So I don't know, maybe it was something else with it. I'll have to try again with that, but it's definitely not going to be anytime relatively soon, as I am been really busy and I don't know how well I can keep up with gardening at the moment. On the bright side, it is starting to be consistently warm again, so I'm not going to have to worry about like anything frosting over, which was my concern kind of before this. So anyways, yeah, that was my little first zero waste haul, and kind of a little bit about how I'm feeling with this. I don't even know if I really talked about it, but yeah, so here, let me go ahead and just do that real quick then. So one thing I've been finding about zero waste that I really like is the opportunity to like help lessen your footprint on this world, but also like trying to see how close you can get to being like a positive instead of a negative. Or is it, I don't know, maybe I'm saying it the wrong way, but basically like trying to do more good for the world and like give back to the world more than you're taking out of it. I'm not sure 100% how possible that is, but I'm going to try my hardest to do it. And I'm going to try my hardest to be as zero waste as possible as I can be out here. I do plan in about 2 or so years to move to a city where I do know that they do have like bulk stores and like specifically like zero waste stores. They have better public transportation and all of that. But I also do think it is important, because not a lot of people, not everybody can, you know, do that where they can use public transportation. Not everybody can go to a store that has like bulk bins. Not everybody, you know, can do a lot of these things. So I want to show like what you can do in some of these areas, like I, you know, I'm dealing with here in Southern Colorado, where like we don't have a bulk store. You know, we don't really have farmers markets that often, except we have like the chili market. And I'm not a big fan of green chilies. I mean, I do like having like green chili, like is like the soup every once in a while. But I'm not that kind of person who's gonna go and get like 50 pounds of chilies this fall, you know? So anyways, I'll just have to take it as it comes, and especially with this coronavirus situation, things may change. So I just want to see how things can go. I did look into like seeing if there were any like subscription boxes available that were like locally like made produce for my area, you know, Southern Colorado, or really just Colorado in general. And while there are in some northern parts of Colorado, I think the southest it go, or the farthest south it goes, is like Colorado Springs. And as I live down here in like Pueblo, it's not really available to me right now. So, you know, again, it's just kind of one of those things where I've got to take it as it comes and see what good I can do. I may have to do a lot of shopping online, which I'm feeling a little bit about like weird about, but seeing as there are resources available to me, like the Earth Hero website, and other like zero waste or sustainable websites, I am relatively excited. So I'll just kind of have to update you guys as we go, and, you know, see where things kind of go from here. Yeah, so I guess thank you for taking the time to listen to me and watch my first little haul. I hope the next one will be more aesthetically pleasing, and hopefully I'll have like some sort of script available for it, or edit it or something. But this is more just kind of a spur of the moment, fuck it, why don't I record it? This may potentially be helpful in the future sort of thing. So anyways, thanks.